Doing? This is NKD SMARTVIEW. So right about today, let's get on now to our statistics. We currently have a statistics limit of what? 25 on the green, 25 on the red. And what we're expecting here is a sort of flip. One of them has to gain dominance, which is actually either the green getting to what? Go up, or the red getting to go up. So at a given stage now, this cannot continue to be 25. And the only reason why we're talking about these two is because they're the ones closer in limit. Red is actually at 31, so we are not blue, is at 31. We are not going to consider the color blue. What we have to consider is what? These two, which is the green and what? The red right here. Now moving over to the 24 hours, looking at this now, we have what? Green on 133 is too far off. We are not going to consider it. Red 151, blue 148. So in that given sense now, on the 100 draws time frame, what we are considering is what? Green and red. And on the what? 24 hours, what we are considering is what? Red and blue. So in both cases now, this color red is actually what? In consideration. Now, two things are going to happen here, which will actually decide what we'll be playing on the winning color strategy. If we'll be going on with the color red, blue, and no winning color, red, green, and no winning color, or whichever of them. So, we'll wait out this now for a little while and we know what to actually go on. So, a very short while and we know what to go on. So in this given stage now, as I've stated, the winning color system goes on a combination like this. Either you go on a no winning color, green and red, no winning color, green and blue, no winning color, red and blue. So it must either be these three. That means all you have to do is to eliminate one. But in this given sense now, you believe that eliminating one definitely now is a sure win. Well, most of the time you see that 25% chance of loss is high enough for you to make a major loss, because if you do not get to pick out the right color and eliminate it, you'll find out that despite you playing three colors, let's say no winning color, red and green, the color blue that you took out will be just occurring. Blue, so much blues will be winning. So you understand what I'm saying? That is one thing to watch out for. So it's not all about I've picked 3 out of 4, definitely I have a 75% chance to win. That 25% chance to lose is high enough. That is why you have to know what to do about your statistics. In the system of Nigeria, I've stated that 3 things are important. Number 1 is your statistics here. Number 2 is your last draws. These draws right about here. Very important. Then lastly is your hot and cold period. You need to master all those to what? Be efficient in the game of for Nigeria. So mastering all those, you will be efficient in the gameplay of for Nigeria. Let's get on now. So this is it right here. We have what? Our 100 draws. Green now sitting on 26 is above red on 25. So what can actually happen here? On 24 hours, we have what? Red 152, blue 148. That means red has actually gone higher than blue a little bit. Might be likely because of what? This last draw. So what we want right now is 2 things, as I stated earlier on. First of all, either red flips green, we eliminate green and play what? Red, blue, no winning color. And that in that case now, on the 24 hours, red must still keep on going up as it is now. You can see it's currently on 153 and blue is on 148. So eliminating green is actually very good. That is because red is continuing to keep on moving up and going up. So you eliminate green because red got to flip green here on the 100 draws. You understand? So you got to flip green on the 100 draws. So there's likely continuity. And then the second thing is actually what? But before I do that, let's get on now. A second on that. But the second chance, okay, so I've gotten ourselves here a red, a blue, and a no winning color. Now we should also have to watch out for green. I'll be explaining that shortly. So we have ourselves now green winning here. We have ourselves what? A green winning here. I'll be explaining something very shortly. So 100 draws now, we can still see what? That green 26, red 26. That is because this particular period we are trying to play now is a very, let's say, it's a very hectic period, because 2 flips are wanting to occur. You understand? You don't generally get to play during flips. I'm doing this video here as much more of an eye-opener to those who are actually using the system. So these flips now, you don't get to play. We are having what? 2 flips right about now. But before I commence, we look at this. We just clear this out. All these are actually gone. Green was out. I'm not going in for a recovery right about now. Let this actually stay out. So we have what? This is the flip period 26, 26, and we had it what at a 25, 25. If you check right now after refreshing this right about now, you see what now? A 26 on green, a 27 on red. They are all struggling. One thing you notice is the fact that we have two flips going. This is the first flip here between what? Red and green. Then the second flip also is trying to happen between green, red and blue. But likely now, one thing about this flip is the fact that red is showing dominance. It's trying to what? Actually show dominance. So at this given stage now, we can actually say that blue currently is likely not going to flip red. What I mean is that red before was 151, blue was 148. Now red is actually at 154, blue is at 148. Red can likely go to 160 and above 160, while blue is still retaining 140 something. The reason is because when you look now at the 100 draws right here, blue was at what? 35 before. This was 22. I'm talking about a few minutes ago before I started this video. Then this was around 24. You understand what I'm saying? So blue all the way from there has been dropping and dropping and dropping. So it will continue dropping until it possibly drops below red. So unlike when I started this video earlier on, you can see that what the color blue was around 31. This was what 25, and this was 25. In this given sense, now you can see this at 26, this at 27, this at 29. That means a flip is going to occur. So unlike before when we are looking for a flip between on the 100 draws between what? Green and red, and on the 24 hours we are looking at a flip because those were the closer ones between what? Red and blue. Now unlikely on the 24 hours we might be looking for a flip between this red and blue, and also on the 100 draws between red and blue. What I mean is the fact that if you look where the 100 draws now, this is what? A 26 and this is a 30. So likely very soon now the competition will no longer be between these two, which is the green and red, but rather against what? Red and blue. Then when you also check the 100 draws also, the competition will still be what? Against this red and blue. And right now red is actually going against blue. It's actually higher than blue, and in a very short while likely red will still what? Get to overthrow blue here. So in that case now the color we are to eliminate will now be what? The color blue. Unlike earlier on, I showed you that we eliminated the color what? Green, which actually got to fail. You understand? That is, I just use that as a way now to get to explain something to you. When you are having a double flip, that is a flip what? In the 100 draws and a flip in the 24 hours, you have to be patient. This is actually a system of patience. The reason why I'm telling you this is because on the long run, if successfully now we get to see on the 100 draws red flip blue, and on the 24 hours also red remains higher than blue, that means we are going to take out blue. At that given stage now, what we'll be staking in on is going to be what? These three right here. No winning color, green and red. We totally eliminate blue. So this is usually a thing whereby you have to wait out. You have to be patient because the system will surely at a very given stage is going to correct. The system is actually going to correct. So before then, if you keep on what? Trying to force it off. That's what I've told people. You don't force gameplay on for Nigeria. You learn more. You can see that it has taken like 10 minutes for me to make this video, and up till now no setup has actually been given, and we have been 10 minutes into this gameplay. There is no setup. That is how for Nigeria is. So whenever you are hearing so many people talking about I lost, that is because they are trying to play in a system that is against them. This system is not for you. That is why you need to take your time to learn about it diligently. This system is not here to provide money for you. It's not here for you to win. So in order for you to make profit from this system, you need patience and you need knowledge. So in that given sense now, that is what I'm actually explaining right about here right now. So going over to the 100 draws, you can see what is happening now. Unlike before, we are battling 25 here, 25 here, 31 here. The battle now is changing. We are seeing a 27 on green, 27 on red, and a 29 on blue. The system is changing. Very soon now, what we will be looking out for is for red here to flip blue. No longer what? This thing. So right in a very short while, blue will be the color that will be going out of the system. Not as I stated earlier on green. I just did that gameplay then to show you the common mistakes that what you can make in the for Nigeria sector. If at a very given stage now, to those who are using this strategy, you come on, I will make sure that you guys watch this video. I'll actually make sure that you guys get to watch this video. You come on, you see there's just a flip, immediate flip, and what happened in the flip now? You saw the color red, flip out green, immediately it starts taking, you will lose. Because if you look at, since that time I did that gameplay, we've had up to like green one here, green one here. This was where green won, or somewhere around here. I believe this was where green won, that gameplay lost. And you understand what I'm saying? Right now, green is still very much dominant if you look at the screen. Very, very much dominant. But very soon now, you see this color blue is going to go out. Because when I came on to the gameplay earlier on, what I saw in the statistics was green at 22, red at 24. This was 35. That was back then. So all the way from 35 is now sitting at 29, as you can see here. And right now, you can see 28, 27, 29. Once there is a flip here, that is the end. Because already now in the 24 hours, red is doing well than blue. Though green is down, green is set to come up. That is because if you check on the 100 draws now, green has actually been dominant. If you check with a confirmation, as I stated, there are 3 ways to go about the BET9JA system. Statistics number 1, your last draw number 2, then the hot and cold. So looking at now this on the hundreds, on the draws here, green doing well, green is okay, 1 here, not really doing well, 2 here, 2 here, and you understand what I'm saying. The aspect now of recognition shows you that green around this phase was doing exceedingly well. So with that, now you can know that green actually, as I stated, when I came in to these statistics earlier on, it was 22. Now it's on the 28. Now you can see the battle right now is between green and blue. We're having a 28 here and a 28 here. All we need now is a confirmed flip. Once green finally now gets to what? Flip this blue. Let's say 29 here to what? A 28 or less. No, it's high time that you what? Eliminate blue. And one thing about that is that once you do that, you're having yourself a very, very good gameplay. A very, very good gameplay, because you've actually what? Gotten to see a flip at a very good point. That means you have a very long term of gameplay. So let's confirm that now, because firstly, when you look at what your 24 hours, red is number 1. You don't play against who is number 1. Now what you have to stake is what? Between either this and this, because it is certain now that red is number 1. So your major gameplay is between what? Either eliminating this or eliminating this. And in this case now, because of the flip currently happening on the 24 hours here, we are eliminating this. So blue is officially out. Though between now and the next 5 draws, likely highest 10 draws, blue will surely win. But that is only in for recovery. But right now, we start the gameplay proper. So green, a red, and what? A no-winning color. Statistics is actually the best way to go about for Nigeria. Because right now, we started this on what? 25, 25, 31. Now we are right here on what? A 29, a 27, and a 27. So very soon, blue should actually win. Okay, so we've had blue win right now. So what is the reason why blue won? It's very simple. Check on your 100 draws now. You can see that there is a battle between these 3. All of them are on the same statistics. But very shortly, blue is going to go down. Why? Because when you check out the 24-hour statistics, this is 152, this is 155, this is 152. Blue is still trying to what? Take range from red. But the major thing is that it just lost on the 24 hours here. It just lost on the 100 draws. That is what? At this range here. From being the highest at 31, is now 28. That means it will still keep on dumping. It will still be what? Falling. So that is one thing I want to give note to. That's one thing I want to give note to. What we're expecting now is a range, a change in range between what? These 3. This cannot keep on being around the same statistics. So blue should likely be dumping very hardly very soon. Now we've gotten one method of confirmation, which is the appearance of a draw. So one thing is that these 3 colors are what? So much in the range. Likely a chance that very soon we'll be seeing draws. So much in draws. Like in this case now, you saw blue, 2 green, 2 red. You might see more of that. So what I want to do right now is that I want to be eliminating the color what? Blue. So we go in for a green, we go in for a red, and we go in for what? A no-winning color. The gameplay has officially what? Started, because blue tried to what? Reclaim dominance here, and we lost it with a draw. We might see many other draws coming out after this. We are likely to see many other draws. But one major thing is that on the long run, blue is to go down, because blue has already lost his stand from a 31. It's going down. So let's get on now to the gameplay proper. So we saw another draw. You can see we just got ourselves another draw. Red 2, blue 2, green 2. That is because at this stage now, when you look at the statistics, all these are revolving around the same range. It will keep on like this. We draw because there is something that we call indecision in the market right now. Everybody is trying to fight for who is going to actually dominate. Red now is falling down on the 100 draws, but when you check out the 24 hours, red is actually at the top, seeming like as if blue wants to flip it. So it's all a thing of red holding its ground and increasing, then what? It goes above blue and it continues that way. Because if you look at the 100 draws now, definitely all these colors are battling here, but when you look at the 24 hours, see that red is afloat, blue is the smallest, green is the smallest, and blue what is trying to go beyond blue. So we have ourselves another draw. So you can see this again. As I stated, we have ourselves 2 red, 2 blue, 2 green. So as I told you, that was a few minutes ago, we are likely to start seeing so much of draws, because all these colors now are in battle. They currently are in battle. If you look at the 100 draws, each and every one of them, this is a 27, 25, 28. On a normal ground, you should have something like a 22, a 35, let's say a 24. We know that this is dominating, or a 17, 33, 22. You should know that what? One is dominating. But in this case now, each of them are just around the same zone. So much draws will come now up until what? There will be a certainty that, okay, this one is the one winning right now. So let's get on now. We will stay keen on the green. As I told you, we've eliminated the color blue. We've eliminated blue right now for reasons I stated, and we continue what on red, green, and no winning color. So right now, red actually got to win this. So our gameplay has started properly, and let's get on now into it. We are starting our gameplay from ID 475053. That's it. So ID 535. Let's see how far we'll go and how much profit will be made on this right about now. Let's get on. So what we're eliminating is the color blue. Reasons because of what? It dropped from its 31 to 28 here. Then secondly, on the 100 draws also. So we have ourselves what? Another red. So that's how this works. Whenever you start seeing that dominance of what? A color, which in that case now we were seeing so much of draws and draws and draws. That is because another color is set to take over. We've seen red won twice, and if you look at your 100 draws, you know red was on 25 on the 100 draws. Now red is what? Still on 25. It has not been able to move. So it's the statistics of 100 draws works by taking out draws from the bottom of the range. It works by taking out draws from bottom of the range. So red have actually won twice, but it has not still moved from 25, because when you check below the range, red was what? Still the color that was winning. If you check, let's say the 100th draw, from the draw 1, let's say on draw 99, draw 100. Why red is still trading on 25 despite winning twice is because it likely won draw 99, it won draw 100. So even as it's winning at draw 1 and draw 2, it's just reducing from the bottom. So we actually got to win green out right now. So we started our gameplay already from ID 535. So let's see how far we'll be going. We've actually won out all this gameplay now. So when you look at it, from ID 535, we won 535 with red, 536 with green. All right, let's get over to statistics now. 100 draws, blue is still highest, green following, red following. Well, when you check out the 24 hours, green is the smallest. Later on, green will surely come up to battle possibly blue for dominance. So that's the reason why I believe that red is likely going to what? Keep on going up, going up, going up. So let's check that out now. We have what? Red winning. So as I stated, I believe that the red will keep on going up and going up and going up. So 3 draws won, all 3 draws won. So one thing about FANANJA is all about system. You know about the system and you follow it up. It will take time to learn, but you understand, you have to learn it in depth. It's not a thing of I bought a strategy from someone, it did not work. Trust me, this thing is like a school of its own. FANANJA is a school of its own. It's not all about buying strategy. One thing I will tell people is the fact that whatever you are doing on FANANJA, you see this thing that they call statistics. is your number one tool. There's nothing beyond statistics on for Nigeria. That's the truth. So we actually got to lose all this with what? Blue coming out. Now this is where our real gameplay begins. Let's go in now for what? Dominance. I will explain that. Let's go in now for recovery. I will explain what I mean by this is where our real gameplay begins. If you have actually been watching my previous video, I've always stated the fact that whenever a color, let's say in this case now the color green or the color blue, whenever it's flipped, it will always, between the next 5 draws, try to win. I will show you that now. Whenever it's flipped, look at what happened right now. The last time we saw blue getting to win was somewhere, well, it's likely not on screen, okay, somewhere around here. Then this was where our gameplay started at the 35. So we won 35, 36, 37. Then now we saw what? Blue appear once again and blue appear once again. At this stage now we are going in for the recovery. And one thing about this is that this recovery is always final. I will explain to you why now. This recovery is always what? Final on the gameplay. So we have a green, we have a red, and we have what? A no winning color. What did I mean by is always final? That is because at this given stage now, it is certain that this is going to win. Look at this on the 100 draws now. This is a what? 28. This is a 25. Red has not moved from 25. Show you that red is from the bottom, is still what? Trying to breathe, still brewing. At a very given stage, is going to start rallying. Then blue is still very much what? Under the what? Under the green. So looking at this now, we can have what? Red win. Now check, red should have actually added in percentage. This is it right now. Red should have added from 25 to a 26 right now. So you can see red has gotten what? To a 26. That is because from the bottom, red has actually what? Just been brewing. It has just been going sideways, going sideways, going sideways. It's not adding from the bottom. From the bottom is much more what? It will remove, or the bottom add at the top. So it remains on the same number 25. Remove again from the bottom, add at the top, remains on the same number 25. Before I keep on talking, let me go in now to stake this. I don't know if I have enough time. Alright, I was fast enough. That's good. So you understand what I'm saying? It has been moving from the bottom. Now it's time to start adding to the top. What I mean by adding to the top is the fact that you start seeing the numbers adding. We've gotten ourselves another draw. So on the 100 draws now, you can see 28, 26, and blue has dumped 26. That means blue has started removing from the under. You know that on the 100 draws, you have numbers 1 to 100. A second, let me rebut this. On the 100 draws, you have numbers 1, 2, 3 on the statistics, up to what? 97, 98, 99, 100. If blue wins at number 1, but it was the winner at number 100, it's going to remove number 100 now and fix it with a number 1. That means statistics will not move. It was on 24 to still be on 24. But if another color won on 100 and blue won on 1, that means nothing is moving from the bottom. It will simply go from 24 to a 25. That's just the system there. So we have what? Red winning once again. Now watch, red should actually be on 27 now, but let's rebut that. So red now is what? 27. Unlike before, we just saw red going 25, 25, 25. According to statistics now, it's resetting because from the bottom, as of the time when red was going 25, 25, 25, what was happening was the fact that red possibly was the winner on 97, 98, 99, 100. So when he won number 1, you understand me, number 100 was also red. So he just went down and compensated it with what won. He won again. Number 99 was likely red. It just went down. He won again. Number 98 was likely red. That won. It just went down. That was why this was not moving from 25. So in that given stage now, once it starts moving, means that that color has started doing well. And you can see what has happened. What has happened right now. Red is now what? On 28. So from the bottom now, likely it was what? Green or blue that was winning the current 97, 98, 99, 100. As I told you, at a given stage, once you start seeing those draw appearing, it means that what? A particular color is set to take dominance, which is the color red. So let's rebut this now. Go over to your 24 hours. You can see what was happening here now. This is 161, definitely higher than what? Blue. So for some time now, this blue is set to start going down because already blue has lost his way on the 100 draws. He has lost from 35 to 31 and less. So you can see yourself now, you have another draw right here. So this has won right about here. Now again, let's get on now. Simply rebet this and continue. When you check out the 100 draws, what you can see here is the 28 on red. Red that was on the smallest at 25 is now the highest. Blue from 35 when I started to 31 is currently on 26. It's dying. Green was on 22 when I started. At this video, it started on 25. It's now on 27. Red was on 25. Before 25, it was 24. Now it's 28. So everything is actually what? Moving accordingly. Then the major thing is the fact that I started staking against blue when it was confirmed that blue was not going to flip red. Because when we came into this video, it was a tin of 150 to 148 or 147. Now it's 161 to 154. Red is doing exceedingly well. So the no winning color once again has what appeared. So all we have to do now is to what? Simply rebet this, confirm it, and we continue. So let's check out on the statistics now, all the way from we won ID 35. As you know, we started this gameplay from ID 35. Red won. ID 36, we won this on green, won this on red, lost this on blue, lost this on blue. Then this was when I told you that blue is set to start leaving. Won this, won this, won this, won this, won this. So all the draws up to what the ID 45 has been won. This was the only time whereby as a bettor you have issue. The reason for this is because this is when blue is trying to still try to reclaim his statistics back, but he failed. And since then, you can see that blue only came 2 here, nothing, nothing, 2 here, 2 here. So you understand, that is how it works. Once he tries to reclaim, that is why this system have a martingale that can go up to 3 times, because most of the time, to reclaim a color, let's say in this case blue, can win like once or 2 times. After that, you get a long streak. In fact, as you can see this ID 40, all the way to ID possibly 55, you see this blue that won here might be all you might see for a very long time. Let's rebet this now and continue. What I'm trying to say is the fact that as blue tried to win here, ID 38, won here 39, it's losing drastically here. You have not seen any blue won. All the way now as high as ID 55, ID 60 likely, you might see blue just win. That is coming out a 3, 4, or 5 times, winning a draw in a very long time. That's just how it is, because once he loses and goes out, it does not come in for quite a while. All right, we've seen actually a blue winning here. We are going in now for the recovery right about now. We are going in for green, red, and a no winning color. So the major thing to know is the fact that this system is not usually as hectic as this. You understand? According to this video, it seems like it's very hectic. No, the only reason why I decided to do this video in this form is the fact that whenever you come on and you see a double flip, what I mean by a double flip is when 100 draws is actually what trying to flip, and you also go and check the 24 hours and it's trying to flip. That is when you have to be careful of the system. But in most cases, when you come on, you might only find a 24 hours flip. You understand me? Or a 100 draws flip. The rest will just be so distant apart. So that's one thing to note. So we've actually made the recovery here now on green. We continue right here. So all the way from the ID 35 to ID 48, we've had blue only win 1, 2, and a third time. The rest of the IDs have actually been on a red, a green, or a no winning color. So only 3 blues. So that is one thing to watch out for. Let's check out now the statistics. So I'll get to look into it. All right, so that's all good. If you look at the screen right now, you see that blue is actually doing the least. That's why I told you that it's not. If we had actually started up with that first pattern whereby we were eliminating green, it would have been a very hectic gameplay. Blue is still trying to take dominance, as you can see here. So he's still trying to take dominance. We go in for a recovery. It will definitely fail, but one major thing is the fact that it's not going to fail that easy. We're having a very serious flip. A flip of the 100 draws and a flip of 24 hours comes with all these kind of ups and downs. So if you are going into this system, you might actually try playing at a time whereby you have a single flip. One thing I've always said is the fact that when you look into, let's make use of this, when you look into this, whenever you are in this gameplay, you win as high as 10 draws. You might be making as much as 500 naira for every single draw. You play 10 draws, you make what, 5,000 naira. You do that 4 times in a day, you make what, 20,000. You don't need to be on the gameplay morning till night. We have ourselves what, a draw right here. You don't have to be on the gameplay all the way from morning till night. Whenever you come in, you see a good setup. I've explained this on the tutorial video on Telegram. You see a good setup, you start staking. If there is no good setup, then you leave out. If you can stake 4 times a day, sometimes you might see as high as 20 something draws to actually what, get to stake on. Once you stake on 20 something draws, let's say in this case now, whereby there is a 2,000 naira per draw, that means every single draw you make a maximum of x4, which is what, 8,000 naira minus the 6,000 naira staking. So you are making around the 1,600 to 2,000 per game. If you can play 20 games, you make around 32,000 to around 40,000 in a single gameplay. So around 32,000 to what, 40,000 in a single gameplay. So let's check this out right now. Still the blue is trying to dominate. That is one thing to keep up to. The blue is still what, trying to dominate. To flip it is not that easy. Let's check the statistics and let's check why it's on that. So this is it right now. Check out the 100 draws. 26, 25. Blue is currently highest on 28. It's trying its best. Then when you check out the 24 hours, you can see this 141, 161. Blue is climbing 157. At this stage now, if you come into play, you don't actually play this. You have to wait what? For a flip. That is from the 161 to 157. When there is a flip this close, you wait out the gameplay. Then majorly the 1 hour here. You look at this. So right now, if I should be going with this, how it should be done, this has actually won out. When we check out on this, it doesn't really mean that we are actually going to lose, but it will be a stressful gameplay because in a very given sense, you should have your gameplay having like out of a 20 stake. If you are playing red, green, and no winning color, you should win up to 17, 18. Whenever you start winning as low as 14, 13, it means that your analysis was not good enough. You did not get in at a good time. So it doesn't mean that we will necessarily get to lose this, but it will just be a game that will have so much of recovery. You understand? So when we look at the 100 draws now, blue 28, red 24, 26, too close to be playing. Then when you check out the 24 hours, it only becomes worse because 157, 161. This is not part. So you understand? It's like as if blue is trying to dominate red. No one is actually winning here. So at this stage now, whenever you see this, you skip out. You don't have to start staking yet. You just wait. When you wait for some few minutes, you know if what, the color blue wants to flip the color red. If you check according to your 100 draws, as I stated before, this was a 24. This used to be a 35. Now a 27. So all are around the same statistics. Now let me give you a case scenario for a good time to play. You came in, let's say this no winning color here. It was around 22. You saw green on, let's say 17. Saw red 24. You saw blue 35. Now you can see that there is nothing looking like as if it wants to flip here. So your first idea now is to look into this green here. When you look into this green here now, is the smallest. It's likely what you don't want to stick with. But you look at this blue now. Blue is actually too high. It looks like as if, no, this blue is way too high for me to continue on it. It might start going down because according to BET9JA, most statistics eventually end up topping on 35, 38. You understand? You barely see statistics going as high as 40 something. So most times when it's at 35, it's getting to its peak. That means very soon 34, 33, 32, 31, like how you saw here. Before you know it's at 25, before you know it's even at 20. So you don't want to be in at this given stage of when this is at 8:35. So when you look at this clearly now, you can see the statistics of 17, 24, and what, 8:35. You might not want to continue with this blue. And also, this is actually too small. All you have to do now is to go over now to your 24 hours. By coming over to 24 hours, on the 100 draws, it was a 17, let's say 24, and a 35. That was green to red, then to blue. Coming over here right now, this one now was on what? Let's say 148. This one here, red, was let's say around a 161. And this was what? 140. If you look well now, this is about to flip this. So what you have to do now is to give yourself some few minutes. In the next few minutes, This 148 here can become what? 142. This 140 here can become what? A 142. And this 161 can be a what? 164. At that stage now, you can see that a flip is about to occur. Once it finally happens that what? This green flips this blue, a 145, blue a 142, and red a 162, let's say. By then, if you go back now, this 17 should have been on what? 22 or 23. This 24 here might have been on a 26. Then this 35 might be sitting on what? A 31. At that stage, you can start playing this. You see this 31. Next thing you see is 30, 29, 28, 28. It will keep on falling. And this your 148 here. You understand? Or the larger number would have started what? Coming up. So that is it. At a very given stage now, it will keep on coming up. This blue that was the highest on a 35 will fall as low as, I believe I made an error here. This should have been the 140 and this should have been the 148. So before you know now, 140 will become 142, a 142. That's blue falling, green rising. And before you know now, they are at equilibrium. Before you know, the green that was on 17 with blue at 35 will become higher than the blue. So there's so much to know about the statistics. It's a course of its own. Learning statistics is actually what? A course of its own. It's not all about buying strategy and using strategy. It's all about knowing how the statistics gets to affect the game. There are some things that if you know about statistics, you cannot even try. There are sometimes you come on. There's a way the statistics will be. You should know within yourself that, all right, this is not a time to play 3+. This is a time to what? Play the 2+, because 2+ is going to work at that time more than 3+. Or you can come on and be like, no, 3+ is not good, 2+ is not good. It's the best time to play what? A bet 0. So keep that in mind.